Imagine a world, okay, just hear me out on this. Imagine a world where you could pluck a brand new iPhone right off a tree.
Just as easily as grabbing, like, an apple.
Wow.
Sounds insane, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly the kind of future. Mo Gawdat, he's a former Google X executive, spent years at the forefront of AI. That's the kind of future he believes is within our reach.
Really?
He argues that we're on the verge of a utopia of abundance,
Okay.
driven by AI, but most of us are just oblivious.
Mm.
Like that, you know that analogy of the frog chilling in a pot as the water slowly comes to a boil?
Oh, yeah.
That's us. That's us with AI.
Oh, interesting.
And that's what makes this deep dive so crucial.
Okay.
We're going to unpack Mo's insights on just how fast AI is evolving and why understanding it right now,
Yeah.
today, is critical for all of us.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
So to really grasp the magnitude of what's coming, we need to understand how AI went from, basic lines of code to something that's learning and evolving at an unprecedented rate.
Yeah, it's really remarkable.
It is.
Think about it like this. In the early days, programming AI was like trying to teach someone how to ride a bike by giving them a detailed instruction manual.
Okay.
Every single movement, every adjustment had to be meticulously spelled out.
I can see how that would be inefficient.
Exactly. But with deep learning, we're not giving the computer a manual anymore.
Okay.
We're essentially creating an environment where it can learn to ride that bike through trial and error, just like a kid would,
Okay.
but at super speed.
So you're saying instead of telling the machine how to think,
Uh-huh.
we've created systems that can learn and adapt on their own.
Precisely. And it's not just theory.
Right.
Take Google's cat paper, for example.
The what?
They essentially unleashed an AI on YouTube, no instructions about cats whatsoever, and it taught itself to recognize cat videos with insane accuracy.
Wait, so just by analyzing millions of videos, this AI developed its own understanding of what makes a cat a cat.
Yeah.
That's both impressive and a little creepy, right?
Absolutely. And keep in mind, that was back in 2009. Fast forward to today, and we have some AI models with estimated IQs rivaling Einstein's 155 compared to his estimated 162.
Okay, now that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, we always hear about AI becoming super intelligent, but to think it's already happening?
Yeah.
Here, that's a lot to process.
Exactly. And it's only going to accelerate from here.
Oh, wow.
Which is why Mo's analogy of the boiling frog is so apt. The water's getting hotter faster than we realize.
So you're probably wondering what this all means for, for you, for me, for all of us, right? What does it actually look like to live in a world where AI isn't just like playing chess, but potentially shaping our future?
It's the question, right?
It is.
What's going to be?
Yeah, like, is this going to be a Jetson-style utopia or some dystopian, like, sci-fi nightmare?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And Mo doesn't shy away from exploring both the incredible potential and the very real risks that come with this technology.
Let's start with the good stuff. He keeps mentioning this utopia of abundance. What does he mean by that?
Imagine a world where AI helps us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about tackling climate change, eradicating poverty, even potentially ending resource scarcity.
Ending resource scarcity. How is that even possible? I mean, don't we have limited resources on this planet?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Mo talks about AI-driven nano-manufacturing,
Okay.
where, like, tiny robots essentially assemble materials atom by atom.
Okay.
It's like 3D printing on a whole new level.
Okay, so I'm kind of picturing a future where instead of mining for rare earth minerals, we're just like growing iPhones in labs.
It sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But that's exactly the kind of paradigm shift Mo is talking about.
Wow.
He uses that iPhone picking from trees analogy to illustrate how our understanding of scarcity could become completely irrelevant with advanced nanotech driven by AI.
Okay, I have to admit, that's both fascinating and a bit terrifying to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
But even if we assume we could create this world of abundance, what about, like, the potential downsides?
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Mo argues that the biggest danger isn't some, Hollywood-style AI takeover.
Okay.
It's not the robots we need to worry about. It's ourselves.
Ourselves, what do you mean?
He compares developing AI to raising a child.
Right.
If we instill it with our values, with a focus on ethics and the greater good, then yeah, AI has the potential to be an incredible force for good.
Right.
But if we prioritize profit over people, power over ethics, well, we've seen that movie before, and it doesn't end well.
So it's all about how we choose to use this technology. It's a reflection of our own values.
100%.
But how does that play out in, like, the real world? What are some of the specific ways AI could impact our, like, day-to-day lives?
Mo highlights a few key areas. First, there's the issue of power dynamics.
Yep.
He argues that we're already seeing a concentration of wealth and influence in the hands of those who control these powerful AI tools, both individuals and nations.
So you're saying that AI could exacerbate existing inequalities if we're not careful?
Precisely, and that leads into the second big area, jobs.
Okay.
Many jobs, especially those based on, repetitive tasks, are already being automated.
Right.
And while some see this as AI stealing jobs, Mo argues that it's more about AI changing the very nature of work.
So it's not about being replaced by robots, but about learning to work alongside them.
Exactly. We need to adapt to develop new skills that complement AI rather than trying to compete with it.
Makes sense?
And that leads to the third area. Mo talks about human connection.
That's interesting. Why human connection? What does that have to do with AI?
As AI gets more sophisticated, it's going to become harder and harder to distinguish between what's real and what's AI generated.
Oh, wow.
Think deep fakes, personalized propaganda, and algorithms designed to keep you hooked on social media.
Oh.
In that kind of world, genuine human connection becomes even more essential.
So as our world becomes increasingly digital, it's our uniquely human qualities like empathy, creativity, and the ability to connect on a deeper level that will become even more valuable.
Exactly. And that's something to really think about as we move into the next part of our deep dive. How do we as individuals navigate this new reality? How do we thrive in an AI-driven world?
So we've talked about the potential of AI to really reshape our world for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But it's easy to feel like we're just along for the ride.
Right.
What I'm curious about is what can we do to navigate this new reality? Is there a way to not just survive, but thrive in an AI-driven world? Or are we all destined to become pets of our robot overlords?
Thankfully, Mo offers a much more empowering perspective than that. He argues that while AI is incredibly powerful, it's not like this uncontrollable force, right? We still have agency, we still have choices to make, and he lays out some surprisingly practical steps we can take to not just survive, but thrive in this new world.
Okay, so what's step one? Do we all need to enroll in AI coding boot camps now?
No, not quite. Mo's first piece of advice is deceptively simple. Embrace the tools.
Okay.
He encourages everyone to just get their hands dirty, to start experimenting with AI tools like, ChatGPT or Gemini.
So don't be intimidated by it all. Just dive in and start playing around with it.
Exactly. The more familiar we become with these tools, the less intimidating they seem.
Right.
And as Mo points out, you don't need a degree in computer science to start using AI effectively.
Right.
It's about developing a willingness to experiment, to learn by doing.
Okay.
Think of it like learning a new language. The best way to become fluent is to immerse yourself in it.
That makes sense. But I have to admit, I've dabbled with some of those AI chatbots, and sometimes they spit out information that's just plain wrong.
Right.
So how do we know what to trust? How do we navigate this world of deep fakes and AI-generated content and all that?
That's where Mo's second piece of advice comes in. Seek out truth.
Okay.
He's very clear about the dangers of, blindly accepting information, especially in an age where AI can generate incredibly convincing fakes.
So it's not just about learning to use the tools, but also about becoming more critical thinkers.
Absolutely. Mo challenges us to question everything, to cross-reference sources, to seek out diverse perspectives. Don't just accept the first answer an AI spits out.
Right.
Do your own digging, consult multiple sources, and be wary of information that seems too good to be true.
Okay, so embrace the tools, but don't believe everything they tell you.
Exactly.
Got it. What about skill number 3? What's next?
This one might surprise you. Mo talks about the importance of prioritizing human connection, something that's becoming even more crucial in our increasingly digital world.
That's interesting. Why human connection? I thought we were talking about AI.
Think about it this way. As AI takes over more tasks, as we become more reliant on technology, what truly differentiates us as humans becomes even more valuable.
Okay.
Our ability to empathize, to connect on an emotional level, to build meaningful relationships. These are the qualities that AI, at least for now, can't replicate.
So in a way, the rise of AI is actually a reminder of what makes us uniquely human.
Exactly. And Mo argues that nurturing those human qualities is essential for our own well-being and for creating a future where AI serves humanity rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
He even talks about how he's personally shifting away from writing books to focus more on in-person interactions, on building genuine connections with people.
So it's about finding that balance,
Yeah.
embracing the power of AI while also remembering what makes us human.
Precisely. It's not an either proposition, it's about embracing both. Using AI to enhance our lives while also prioritizing the things that make us human.
I love that it's like Mo saying, yes, the world is changing, and yes, it can be daunting, but it's not a lost cause.
Mm.
We still have a say in how this future unfolds.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message to end on, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's not about fearing the future, but about shaping it,
Right.
about recognizing that we're not just passive bystanders in this AI revolution, we're active participants.
And that by engaging with these questions, by embracing both the challenges and the opportunities, we can actually use this technology to create a future worthy of our best selves.
That's the deep dive we all need to take.
It is.
Not just understanding AI, but understanding ourselves and the kind of future we want to build together.
And on that note of optimistic curiosity, we'll leave you to ponder these questions, explore these ideas, and embrace the incredible potential of this AI-powered world.
Hear her.
Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.